up? This is Eric for Zenny62 with some boxing news. All right, this is my video reaction to Jake Paul and Tyron Woodley's boxing match. I'm just gonna say this. I've been a boxing fan for a very long time, since the 80s, since the days of Mike Tyson, George Foreman, Evander Holyfield, Sugar Ray Leonard, Tommy Hearns, okay? And I'm going to say this. This fight tonight that I'm glad I did not pay for um, was the reason why boxing has took a big dive to UFC, is because you get fights like this. Jake Paul ran most of the fight, didn't really engage with Tyron Woodley. Tyron Woodley had some good shots in this fight, but didn't really follow through like boxers should when they hurt their opponent. You know, and until Jake Paul fights real fighters, I'm talking about a boxer, he ain't never gonna get the credit for fighting an ex-MMA fighter and people who are not actually active in boxing right now, okay? So, you know, credit to Paul, whatever. He's growing his brand. He knows what he's doing. But to me, this is bad for the sport of boxing. When Manny Pacquiao decides to retire, I just hope that Earl Spence and Ugas and those guys could carry the sport of boxing, because when you have events like this, that's not even a real boxing match that goes 12 rounds and that has judges there and all this stuff, it's bad for the sport of boxing, okay? These amateur celebrity boxing matches are bad for the sport of boxing, in my opinion. But hey, if you guys want to pay for it, then that's on you. So don't complain when you don't get an actual boxing match. I don't think this fight was rigged. A lot of people are saying this fight was rigged. I just think you had a 39-year-old Tyron Woodley who didn't follow through in his punches after hurting Jake Paul, and Tyron Woodley lost. Okay, but I think that's why UFC is always going to be on top right now over boxing, because UFC, they don't give you none of these gimmicks, none of these celebrity boxing matches. It's all real fights with real professional fighters in the ring, amateur or not, fighting each other with no gimmicks, okay? And that's what happened to the sport of boxing. All this stuff is all gimmicks, and it's not good for the sport of boxing. It doesn't elevate the sport of boxing. If you want to just call this a celebrity match, then call it a celebrity match. Take the word boxing out of it, because it's definitely not. Okay, I'm glad they paid for this fight. Tyron Woodley loses to Jake Paul. But to me, this is why boxing has been dead and UFC's on top of boxing, because of events like this. It's not good for boxing. It's not good for the sport, all right? Let boxers fight boxers, not YouTubers, celebrities fight. Let boxers be boxers, all right? Like and subscribe to Zenny62.